Hello there. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Daniel Tiger. Daniel Groves, not Daniel Tiger. But feel free to call me Daniel Tiger. He's kind of a hero of mine. But I live in Hawai'i, about half an hour north of here, and I've been going to HPA ever since kindergarten. So being up here today is kind of the definition of bringing it full circle. To be honest, I was really excited to give this speech all year long. I kept thinking I knew what I would talk about, wanting to one-up my speech I gave last year during the race for president. I didn't realize until about 2 weeks ago that was a lot easier said than done. I mean, you guys remember, last year I talked about penguins, dogs, and tigers, so it's kind of hard to beat that. But in all honesty, I was lost. My mind wanted something funny yet meaningful, something that could make you all laugh, cry, then laugh so hard that you cry. I wanted this speech to have some profound moral about where we are headed, but it needed to be simpler. Like I said, I live in Hawai'i, and on that half-hour drive that I take to and from school every morning and night, there's probably no better view in the world. The Kohala Mountain Road is as beautiful as it gets, and that's where I got my inspiration. We all have our differences, come from different parts of the world, and have varying opinions about HPA, but no matter what, this area, these people, they're home. Whether it be your entire life, 4 years of high school, or just your final semester of your senior year, these adventures and lessons we learn in the hills of South Kohala and the waters of Kauai High, that's what makes us a part of who we are. I wanted to focus on that feeling and show you that no matter what happens in your life, these years are ones that you can look back on with nostalgia, and this place is always here to calm our minds when we come back to it. This feeling of home is something that I've felt my entire life here. Whenever my friends and I are surfing in Waipio or hiking to Anna's Pond, we say that we are engulfed in Aina. For those of you who don't know, Aina means land, and although it's a little catchphrase that we toss around and don't think much of, it's true. We're constantly surrounded by some of the most beautiful land imaginable, and we take it for granted. There's so much here that we don't appreciate, and it deserves appreciation. From Pololu Valley in my hometown to Makalavena and Kona, from Ka'alai, the southernmost point in the entire US, to the summit of Mauna Kea, technically the tallest mountain in the entire world, all the way to Kilauea, the most active volcano in the world. Hawai'i, the island of Hawai'i in particular, is something special, and we get to experience it every day. While some may see this beauty and think of it as just that, a pretty place, we must recognize the importance of the lessons we can learn from the land that we walk on and the people that surround us. The week before school started this year, we had an assembly for all the new boarders and their families, and Kumu Coach Ka'ai gave a talk about South Kohala and the importance of the Waimea area. I talked to him a couple days ago, asking him about the lessons we can learn by being from HPA, and he told me this, quote, "To be Kamakani is to be both relentless and steadfast. Relentless in the pursuit of goals and steadfast in the face of adversity. The iconic tree image of HPA is a metaphor of this dualism. It plays the relationship between the force of tenacious winds and the stability of strong roots," end quote. The traits we learned from this school and this part of the island help us build a strong connection to our family and our past. We are strong and rooted like the HPA tree, yet forceful and quick to adapt like the winds. No matter where life takes us, our beginnings stem from this special place. As, if not more important to a sense of home, is the people that surround and support you. I know not everyone at the school has a smile as big as Muchacho, a class as crazily fun as Braithwaite, or a fridge as stocked as Mr. Walker. But it only takes one person to make this place special. If there is at least one person out there in the crowd right now that can make you smile every single day, this place and that person have become your home. For me, there are countless peoples to name. There's so much love and support in this community, but I wanted to point out specifically my village campus teachers, coaches, and faculty. You all have helped many of my classmates and I grow, evolve, and find our purpose early in life so that we can refine that vision in high school. Similarly to our class deans, Inaba and Muma. Somehow you believed in us for 4 years and helped each and every one of us find our passion. I'd also like to take this time to recognize those who couldn't be with us today, in physical presence and spirit. It's no lie that this year has been one of tragic loss. Coach Daniel and Mr. Spencer are missed dearly, and were extremely important parts of the HPA community. It's been tough, to say the least. My sophomore year, Mr. Spencer had us read Othello, like most other English classes around the world. We all know that Shakespeare writes a lot of what are called tragedies, but it's hard to point out what that means exactly. Mr. Spencer emphasized the importance that these plays are not tragedies because of the death and war involved, but because many of the characters bring that sadness upon themselves. They are blinded by something that pushes them to lose their love, sense of belonging, and sense of place. And while yes, this year has been tragic, this year has been tragic, it is nowhere near a tragedy. No matter what happens, I know that this will always and forever be home for Coach Daniel and Mr. Spencer, and we'll never lose our love for them. That goes for the classmates that didn't make it all the way to the end with us as well. While they may not be sitting in the chairs next to all of you, they'll forever be part of the HPA class of 2018. And to the many teachers who have made the difficult decisions to move on and advance their careers, never forget us or this place. You'll be welcomed with open arms and love when you want to come visit. What I'm trying to get across here is that no matter where we go with our lives, HPA is a massive part of us. This is our home, what shaped us to be who we are. Just like a penguin has the snowy slopes of Antarctica, a dog has a cozy bed next to a fireplace, and yes, tigers have the jungle, we have this. Now before I end and all of you forget what I'm saying, I want you to think back. Back in February, we won Olympics. Yes, us. And I want you to think of the emotion you felt that night. Remember when we were back in GPAC and it was announced that we won? There was so much excitement. I mean, for some reason, I think the soccer boys were more stoked on being co-champs, but that's just them. But remember that feeling of love and emotion at Olympics. We were so connected in that one moment. We had clutched up circle sit in 15 minutes, put together 2 amazing talent shows, and almost swept the sports competitions. That teamwork, that feeling of connection and belonging, that is what home feels like. Carry those feelings with you forever, and remember this place, the people here that make you happy, and the memories that will last a lifetime. At the cultural transition on Sunday, Kumukuvalu said something that stuck with me, that she hopes we get homesick. That way, when we come back, the feeling of the beach and the sun will feel that much better. She's right. Whether you're somewhere halfway around the world or enjoying a hot Hawaiian night at Lighthouse Point here in Kohala, get homesick. Think back on these days. Just know, HPA, this island, it's your home. And every day is a great day to be a Kamakani.